Hello. Yes, it's still morning. Good morning. I spent a good part of the morning taking care of my boy. My son has a shoulder spasm. It's really hurting him. He's been studying for finals. And so I took care of him. I'm still taking care of him. Until the end of my days, I will take care of my children. Hopelessly devoted to them. So good morning and welcome to Morning Meds. Short for morning meditation, but we are medicine for one another. I like the way that branch is falling over my nose there. Hiding the Rudolph nose from yesterday's purge. Oh my gosh. Oh my goddess, it was wonderful. Not at the time, it was a raging storm and I was afloat in the sea, just letting it all out and go through me. And thank you guys for honoring my process of that. And for those of you who sent me messages or comments about, quote, why do you let stuff like that bother you? Why do you let a stupid show get to you? And just, or I really lost respect for you for that. It shows that you're not a strong woman. Actually, it shows that I am a fucking badass because I can allow all those emotions into me and let them rage and flow through me, and I can get them out. And I rode out the storm, and I've ridden out quite a few storms in these last 4 months, preparing me, I'm sure, for more to come. Let's take a deep breath, because really it was the breath that got me through this. It got me through the storms yesterday and the ones before and the ones before, and we're going to take a deep breath now. Remember, when you do your meditation practice, it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't need to be thought-free. Oh my gosh, so many things arise, so many thoughts. And I keep going back to the breath, and I just let them float through. And what I'll do is I'll say, oh, I'll save that thought for later. And there it goes, just like the clouds in the sky. So let's exhale. The shit, the dung, the trash, the negative things, the negative people, the hate, the vile, the evil, the bad things people say and do towards you, towards your family, towards the world, towards the Mother Earth. Let it all out. Now take a deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, relaxing the jaw. Hold it and exhale, letting the shoulders relax downwards. Feels good. You can do it on your own. I'm just inviting for you to make that a part of your life as often as possible. Even 8 little breaths during the day. Whenever something gets you. As you can see, I cried pretty much all day yesterday. I cried all morning. Tears and weepiness came. And then again in the evening, I had a whole nother round. And then I went and picked my son up at the airport. And it faded away. Just poof. I worked it all out. It's great. So some of the things, I talked to my energy worker this morning. I say my energy worker. Her name's Suzanne, and she was recommended to me because of the incident, that the extortion scheme that occurred in Mexico, which is a whole nother interesting thing, because from the people, my team of people who are behind me on this, are actually not only investigating the store, but also investigating the woman that I ran into down there, who said that she was at BravoCon, and just how random that she met me in 2 different places and shared space with me in these places. Once was at a tequila bar, tequila tasting, where our whole party, we all knew one another. We all knew the people there, and she was the only one. She was with her, I don't know, a partner, companion, and they were the only 2 that weren't a part of our group. So anyway, so I've learned since that her name's Sarah. I'm not calling her out right now. Her name's Sarah. So, but she turned out to be not a true human. And so I'm going to boycott her. And I would advise us all to boycott her, because I think she's spreading, negativity and lies too. And people think maybe she was a part of the extortion scheme, which could be, because somebody had alerted the media that I was there, and they're thinking it was her. So, who knows? It's a conspiracy. What goes on, we really don't know. But I do now. I am building a shield to protect me. And I think we all have to do that eventually. My heart was just so open. I was just such an open human before. I'm still open. My doors are open, and yet I'm going to peek out now before I open the door. Make sure you're worthy of coming into my house. And if hey, I bashed Bravo a little yesterday. They can take it. They're a big corporate entity. I'm just a little old lady on a hill. So, and they never sent me flowers to thank me for all my good work or drama that I added to their show. So I'll just assume that they're going to. I'm still waiting for those flowers and the big thank you card, Deb. So what my energy worker and I were breaking down this morning was my symbolic dream I had yesterday. I had some magic happen. God came to me in the morning and just blanketed me with protection and love. I knew that when I had the nosebleed. And then when I reached up to hold my mesquite tree branches yesterday, it remembered my dream for me. It reminded me to remember my dream. The things I've learned in my sacred medicine work is that plants don't speak because they don't have mouths, but they do communicate with us through symbolism. And the dream I had about the roaches, I talked about it yesterday, was highly symbolic. The roaches in the garage, they were nibbling at little crumbs I had left on my children's table where I had fed my children. And the roaches were all over, and I had to use a dilute form of poison to spray around at things I didn't want to use the poison, so it created a cognitive dissonance within me. I didn't want to do it, and I didn't want to hurt the roaches, but I also didn't want the roaches in my garage. Also, there was the one little roach on his legs with his arms up. I could understand what the roach was saying in my dream, and it was saying, please don't hurt me, don't kill me. And so the what I broke down was the roaches obviously are all those hateful people on those horrible blogs and podcast and IG pages. Please unfollow, block, restrict those people. I know one of them, it's Bravo Lowdown, and her name's Valerie, and she actually charges people to come and listen to her hate and her lies. So definitely don't pay for hate. You can get hate for free. And meanwhile, the light side, that's the dark side. If you move into the light, you'll notice I don't charge. You got me for free. As long as you're kind and good and sweet, you're welcome into my home, into my heart, into my mind, into my wisdom. And even if you're not kind, you can still watch this and maybe pick up some light and love and sweet and wisdom. And maybe Valerie from Bravo Lowdown will also pick up good things. And, one of these days it'll get to her. But we'll get to that. That was obviously the poison that I was using in my dream, was wanting to get them back, wanting to call them out. I mean, because if they can call me, whatever they call me, you know, those horrible words that they call me, they put a beautiful picture of some happy moment that I'm having and then put some horrible meme under it. And which I'm not going to repeat because that just puts those negative words out into the world, which I'm not going to do, reaffirming them. But and I'm not going to call them out, and I'm not going to lie about them. So I don't know much about them. I know some about some. We've done some investigative work. We know some things about those people, and so that poison that I would use to kill the roaches, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to even use a dilute solution of poison, which would, and I mean, I could go back to them. I could hire some trolls to say that you know, that they are, you know, child abusers, child molesters, rapists, they steal, they lie, you know, I could say all that about them. And you know what? There's no accountability on social media, so I'm not going to do that. So I feel really good because I kind of worked out the dreams, the crumbs on the table that the roaches were drawn to. My energy healer advised me to take those crumbs away from the table, and then the roaches won't come into your garage. And those crumbs, I think we determined, were the pieces of me that I have given to the world on this show. Those little glimpses of me. I mean, you really, if you just watch me from the show, you don't know who I am. And so you just get little bits and pieces, and you may think that I'm a fruitcake, wacko, weirdo, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, you know, you don't know me. But if you come on this morning meds, you'll get to know me better, or just, you know, follow me for years. I mean, I haven't tried to switch or change anything up for years and years. I've always been like this. And, so, where was I? Oh, yeah, the dream. The dream is symbolic. When you have your dreams, try to work them out because there's stuff in your psyche, in your unconscious. And the trees can communicate with you and help you figure those things out. What's going on in your unconscious, but deeper than your subconscious. And they come from dreams. Tell yourself to remember your dreams at night before you go to sleep, and you can learn a lot from them. And so I am not going to use poison because then I'll just be like them, and it'll make me feel bad to say bad things about people, especially lies. And I am just going to close my door to those people. And if you guys know anything, like if you see these, you know, those this and that's out there, please don't share them with me. I don't want to know. I don't want those in my psyche. I don't want to hear about what's being said about me. That's not my world. I don't live in it. It's not me. I don't own it. I don't put it on. It doesn't fit on me. And those of you that know me know. And I know you because you're here and you're light and love and generous. And oh yeah, a shout out to my frickin' army of love warriors that have been coming out of the woodworks to give me love, support, encouragement, and protection, because I feel that love around me from you. And oh yes, and my energy worker also says that stop using the word empath. An empath leaves herself open to feel everything and just exposed out in the world. She suggests that I use empathic because that gives me an opportunity to feel what you're feeling and not take it on. And everybody thank your local empath. Thank your friend, your mother, your sister, your brother, somebody that you know in your community that is your empath. You may not know that it's your empath. Read about these people. They're the ones that are, quote, super sensitive. They get their feelings hurt really easily. I always did as a child. I always got my feelings hurt. And, you know, I thought that was normal. It isn't. It's not normal. I wasn't normal, and you may not be normal either. You may be an empath or an empathic person. And it wasn't until recently, like in the last 3 or 4 years, when I started to realize it. I first realized it in a sacred medicine ceremony when I began taking on all these energies and purging of everybody in the room. And then my master, my spirit master, that's not you. Don't take that on. And then my kids and my family, my husband would say, why does this bother you? Why does this bother you? And I'm like, I don't know why it bothers me. And it's because I'm not like them, okay? I can't just shrug and shake and let it go. And that makes me actually a stronger person. Not stronger, but a very powerful, strong person. And it makes you, if you have the same talent, gift / curse, it makes you a strong person and a warrior, and it's a gift to the world. I love you. Thank you for being here on this trip with me, and I'll see you later. Namaste. Now I must go and be with my boy, who's now a man, and do some fun things with him. Like I think we're gonna go get some. We're gonna make some new Christmas ornaments, because some of mine are from like before Brahma was born, when I first married her dad when I was, I don't know, 20, 19. They're very, very old, much like me. And so, some people have fancy Christmas trees. They even get professionals, and they buy these fancy, $30 ornaments. That ain't me. I am a folky, down home gal from the South who, my ornaments were made by my grandmas, on both sides, handmade. I used to make my own. I used to stuff them with my dog, my Samoyed. I would brush out my Samoyed's inner coat in the summer. I would use her inner coat fur to stuff it. I didn't use the fake polyester stuffing. I used my dog's fur, and I still have those. They're falling apart, but what the heck. All the things my kids made when they were in school, and Boy Scouts and Indian maidens. I've got, things Bronwyn and Michaela and Marley all made. My grandkids too, Bella. So all my girlfriends, we used to have parties on my birthday because it's so close to Christmas, and we make ornaments. So that's what's on my tree. Funky old ornaments made from funky old stuff. And if you ever want to send me a funky old ornament, or a funky ornament, or even an awesome ornament that you handmade. I love handmade things, and they're made with such love and kindness and thought, and usually over a glass of wine with a bunch of, awesome friends and crones, just, laughing, listening to Christmas music, drinking hot toddies. So, I love you. Have a great day. Thank you for all being there. I really am inspired by you. I know. You're just so awesome. I'm so happy we found each other.